I've gotten a ton of requests to do a tutorial video on this particular paracord bracelet weave, one that's very simple and easy to make and pretty elegant. Now, I've taken to calling this the Slim Ripcord Survival Bracelet, and not only am I going to show you how this is made, but I'm also going to talk to you about how to make a few variations of it. As its name suggests, the Slim Ripcord Survival Bracelet bears the same cool feature of being pulled apart really simply, like this Ripcord Sinnet that I first discovered watching videos made by tying it all together. Now this little bracelet, which in this case is actually a little keychain, is amazing in the sense that you just have to untie this little bit, slip a piece of cord out right there, and then pull the two ends apart and rip them apart into one long piece of cord. There's no slow unweaving and slow untying for an emergency situation. It really is a situation where you just pull the two ends apart and you've got your cord ready to use. And that was my favorite thing about the Ripcord Sinnet, and I found a way to simplify it, turn it into a thinner and skinnier and kind of more elegant version that is really easy to wear and create, and you can whip these things out fast. I'm talking lightning fast. And they feel better on the wrist, I think. So much slimmer, so much nicer on hand. They don't weigh you down, not that paracord is heavy, but they're just really easy and really elegant. And of course, as you see here, I've made them in lots of different colors. Well, not lots of different colors, a few different. Khaki, standard black, which goes with everything. And then you can even make it, yes, as a two-color, a two-tone type of thing, gluing the two ends together, fusing them, that is to say, and then beginning your weave. But that's enough about some of those variations, except for, of course, the keychain, which is just like that one, okay, just connected to a keychain. And this one, which is more of a zipper pull, which really, as you start your sinnet there, it's just a matter of opening this hole up a little bit more, and I'll show you how that's done here as I begin to do the tutorial. Let's get these pieces out of the way and show you how things work. I think you guys are going to be shocked at how easy this particular bracelet is to make. Let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing we want to do, just like we do with any of the Ripcord Sinnets, is find the halfway point. So we bring the two ends together, find that middle, and we begin just like this. We rotate to create a little loop like that. Then we pass this end through the back of that, just like so. Now at this point, if you want to turn this into a zipper pull, this is where you would open up this hole right here. Okay, you would open that up as big as you want it to be, and that might be a couple inches, something like that, just like so. Now, if you just want this to be a bracelet, then you want to make that hole not so big, around the size, oh, like that. Okay, this hole I'm talking about right here. You want it to be about that size so that as your knot passes through it, it's just the right size to cinch it and kind of hold it there, but not so big that it slips right out. Okay, so you're going to need to play with that a little bit and make sure you have your size, the size of that hole just about right. But we're going to assume we've got it right here, and we're going to stop with that hole just about right where it is. Now, this is where it begins, and it's really simple, as I said. Once you've got this configuration, you come over to this end, you make what's called a bite, where you just kind of bend the rope like so. You pass it through the back of this, well, let's give that a little more space. You pass it through the back of this one, just like that, and then you cinch this down. Take care to make sure everything is even and getting nice and tight on all ends. And that's that. That one's done. Then move on to this side. We also make a bite just like that and pass it through this hoop. And we begin to cinch this one down. And again, we make sure everything's tight. Pull it here a little bit, pull it here a little bit, get that cinched down nice and tight. You can almost already see that sinnet taking shape. Then back to this side, we make a bite, we pass it through, and we cinch it down. And this is really all there is to it, guys. You make a bite, you pass it through the back, make sure it's always the back, don't bring it through the front, and you cinch it down. Now, if you end up bringing it through the back and front, you're going to have kind of a wobbly, weird-looking thing, so don't do that. Make sure you always pass it through the back. Make a bite, pass it through, cinch it down. And kind of try to keep that straightened as well. Don't let this get twisted in front or twisted in back or anything like that. Keep it kind of stacked on top of itself like that. So we tighten that down, and that's always how it should look, with that loop kind of coming up and around and down over the top of itself like that. Make a bite, pass it through, cinch it down. Now you keep going with this until you get it to the length that you want it to be. Whether you're going to have this as a keychain or some kind of zipper pull or turn it into a full-size bracelet, you keep going until you get to the length that you desire it to be. At that point, this is really simple. Again, you take the end, pass it through that instead of making a bite, cinch that down, and then you create a simple overhand knot right here. And this is an overhand knot. And that is pretty much all there is to it, guys. Once you've got your little overhand knot, it is tied off and ready to go. And you've got your bracelet, or whatever the case might be. Okay, give yourself a little bit of space, like I did here. A little bit of space so that that can pass through the clasp and have a little bit of wiggle room in it. Okay, kind of like that. If you do that, it'll be more comfortable on you. And that's about right there. And once you've created that, again, to the length that you want it to be, all you got to do in the situation where you actually need your cord is undo your overhand knot, take this little piece out right here, pull that all the way out, and then, like I said, you pull the two ends apart and presto, Ripcord pulls apart in no time. And that is the Slim Ripcord Survival Bracelet. The simplest, easiest paracord bracelet that I have found how to make. Now, I don't know if I invented this or if I just kind of discovered it. Since I created it the first time, I've seen other people selling it or wearing it or whatever, and I guess it's already got some name somewhere else. I just don't have no idea what that name is, so I've given it my own name, the Slim Ripcord. It works. I like it. It's slim and it's a ripcord. And it's a very cool little bracelet. And as I described before, you can fuse two ends together to create a two-tone version of it. You can put a little key ring in it to put it on your keychain. You can open that loop up to put it on as a zipper pull or some other connection. And you can make it in whatever color you want. And it's a very cool paracord bracelet. Well, there you go, guys. A real simple, really easy tutorial on what is probably my current favorite paracord bracelet. I'm the Late Boy Scout. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.